Okay, it's 7 o'clock. That's the meeting. I'll call the meeting to order and we're gonna start with the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Little time bill there.
He's talking to me.
That's wonders of modern communication.
One good EMP would knock it out.
All right, do I have a
Motion to approve the agenda.
well, I gotta find it first. All right, Louis moves to approve the agenda. Anybody second?
Mike Miller, second.
All right, Everett will second it. Approval of the minutes. Anybody see anything that Dicey did wrong?
You gotta vote for the agenda approval. You did.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
All those in, do we have to do this roll call too? Okay, Louis,
Yes, aye.
Wow.
Marcia,
Aye.
Dwayne,
Aye.
yeah, and Mike,
Yeah, here.
okay. You're approving the agenda, right, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll approve it too, so it's passed, the agenda is approved. Now we'll go on to the minutes.
Come on in. The minutes, I didn't see any corrections, so I'll move to approve.
Second.
All right, Marcia moved to approve and Louis seconded it, a roll call vote again, Louis,
Aye.
Marcia,
Aye.
Aye.
Everett. Zai, I'll go aye, Mike.
Aye.
Okay, the approval of the minutes is unanimous. Updates. Now, we don't have Jordan here yet, so, Marcia,
Did we have, everything's been approved that was presented to the county board. I apologize. Was there something on last month's?
well,
But we didn't have a meeting last month.
we didn't have a meeting last
So there
month.
was
It was the
All right,
month
all right.
before.
petitions, yeah.
Month before was the project south of me that Randy Torsteg did.
Yes, and that was approved.
It looked that way, the way the contract, the construction was continuing.
Yeah, so anything that's been presented has been.
And as far as Board of Adjustment, there was no meeting this month. They didn't meet earlier today, so nothing to report there.
Oh, okay, all right. You got a comprehensive plan update or?
I can give you a quick comprehensive plan update. Steering committee met in May and finished up review of the chapters, different elements of the plan. At this point, we're kind of moving towards the end. You can kind of see the end from here. We'll be drafting pieces of the plan and getting those out for review. So piece of the plan will come in each chapter, one chapter at a time. We'll review them internally and then get them out to the steering committee for their review before posting them online for public review. And then it'll be posted throughout the review process until the plan comes forward to the Planning Commission. We'll have a public open house tentatively scheduled for August, but we'll see if we have a draft plan ready at that point, as well as a steering committee meeting around that same time. So
I have two questions. This public online thing,
Mhm.
can they respond online too?
that's what I'm told, is that there'll be a capability to do that. So we'll see how they roll that out. But
Right.
but that's the intent, is to get it out for the public to review and comment on. as well as the future land use map. Future land use map is probably the first thing that you'll see on there. And I'm thinking we'll probably have that for internal review next week. And so maybe in a couple weeks, it might be available for posting.
Okay. I think that's it for updates.
That's it for now.
All right. Steve,
Yes, I think we do not have a quorum, because online they can't, we can't see them. And as far as, the members participating in the meeting, they have to be able to see and hear each other.
Mike thought you could see him. Mike, do you have video capability?
I do, but, do I have to go log into the Zoom to get that?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, it won't work over the phone. Can you log into the Zoom? But who is 507-250-4784? Your phone and everything's off. Is that a member of the planning commission? Hello?
If they're logged in on their phone, they have to hit *6 to unmute.
Yes, usually that's the usual. Nobody's responding from that phone number.
Hello.
yeah,
Okay, finally, I got unmuted. It wouldn't let me. This is Steve Holm. I've been trying to get in to the Zoom, and the Zoom link isn't working for me.
well, both Mike,
Same thing with me.
so then what do we do?
Done.
And you can't make any decisions.
I can try it again here.
Yeah, I'll work on trying it again here as well, but it only allowed me to call in. It didn't allow me to go in any other way.
Okay, just a second. Dicey's working on something and let me just see if mine.
Who's gonna go resend the link?
Could
Keep an eye.
could Dicey text me the Zoom link?
She went back to the office.
To see if she could reset it. Let me just see if mine were sitting right here.
Maybe you just want to recess the meeting for 5 minutes and.
Yeah, let's, is that okay if we
Motion to
recess?
recess.
Okay, Louis moves
Wait a
to
minute.
recess and Everett takes and seconds it. Now, do we have to get them to? Is this another roll call?
Verify we're here. I know that. Yep. And it'd be nice to get there and get something done.
So we're gonna recess for 5 minutes. And everybody understands that, both online and in the room.
That is correct. 5 minutes, and hopefully Dicey can send us a good link to get into the Zoom.
All right. Thank you all.
Yep, keep an eye out for that link. I think Dicey's gonna be emailing it. And Jordan's
Okay.
going to be here in person as well, but obviously he isn't here. So.
No,
Why is that not showing?
Did he reach out to you at all, Eugene, or
who?
Jordan?
No.
Okay. Jordan's here.
Yeah, there you go.
Jordan's here.
Yeah. Let's see.
You wanna sign in for him too?
Let's see.
Don't need to be having local Somali.
Okay, let me see if I can. Mhm. And it's frustrating when you've used it and it doesn't. Yes. Okay.
Mike got one of these,
Mike, let's see if it
another
works.
copy with,
Mike and Steve, she's Dicey's resending the link email. She's working on sending a text.
Yeah, see mine.
Excellent.
Email, yeah, it isn't doing anything. Get in too close, I don't know. Zoom instructions. Wait.
Mine says joining meeting. I don't know if I need, okay, now can you see me?
Yeah,
Yeah, oh.
we had a green rectangle, but that disappeared.
Now you're a circle.
Now you're just a circle on the phone again.
Nice forwarding it. On that email too, it's not working.
Talking informal, just talk to the petitioner and he got scam email.
Okay, I think I found a spot on here now.
But from whom?
Now,
But-
No, you're not on stream yet. Wait, no. Something came up on the stream and said admit, so.
Well, they know who's got all the money.
Yes,
After the money. So-
admit me.
What does it say, Everett, up there? on
Whose
the-
iPad entered the waiting room.
So I think somebody has to let them in on this end.
Yeah, usually, but
Well, we'll have to wait for Dicey to get back. Steve?
see, mine doesn't, mine off the link here doesn't.
mine shows my picture on there, so
It's a good thing.
Dicey, Steve says he's got up there admit, so can you admit him?
Will that make it? Do we have to have-
I believe.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay.
See, there's
Uh,
Steve.
that can,
Now, can we get?
Big thanks to Dicey for getting that email out. And
And I don't think you need to start the meeting from scratch, but you probably want to take the votes again, just moving the agenda. And it's,
okay, all right. We can do that with just the one, right? I'll let you see if you can get through, Dicey, to to Mike.
Mike.
We got Steve up there now. All right.
you got quorum, then that's fine, yep.
Okay, Everett seconds both of them. All right. We have to go online, so I'll start with you, Steve. Do you approve the agenda and the minutes?
I approve.
Okay, then Everett? Yes.
Yeah.
Marshall?
This meeting is recorded.
Yeah. So the agenda
Okay,
and,
I think Mike came up too.
oh,
I see the
okay,
picture.
Mike, can you get on the screen now?
He's on there.
Yeah, he's on there, but are you muted, Mike?
Yeah, we can't hear. There he comes, maybe.
Did that make any difference?
No, not,
Doesn't say, it doesn't say. Okay, here we go. Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but we don't have a picture, and that's what we gotta have, right, Steve?
as long as
Well, well, you got a quorum with Steve now, don't you?
Yeah,
Yes, yeah.
We can move forward.
all
We'll
right,
figure it out another time.
Yes.
all right, so let's move on to the petitions. Docket PC 06-18-2601. Lou, you got it.
Thank you, Eugene. It's got a presentation as usual that we'll run through. Steve, it's good to see your face. No more, always good to see your face, but even extra tonight.
Yes.
So we're meeting tonight. We have one petition to allow a land disturbance in excess of 1,000 cubic yards pursuant to chapter 10.7.59. The petition is located in New Hartford Township, Section 9. It's part of the Zanke subdivision and encompasses Lot 5 and Outlot A of the subdivision. The zoning district for this area is CD, Community Development. And the proposed land alteration or land disturbance is a total of 10,500 cubic yards of material to be moved. The map here shows, the inset shows roughly where Nodine is located in the county, for anybody who's not familiar. And the map there shows the areas in yellow are the approximate areas where the majority of the material is going to be placed or is placed. And then shows the rest of Outlot A. I wanted to also point out that that the petitioner also lives on an adjacent parcel, and that's the one that's up off of Travancourt. It is adjacent to the Outlot A, the larger parcel, and it's shaped kind of like a backwards L there. If everybody can see that, that's the petitioner's home. So it actually owns 3 parcels, and the fill is being placed on parts of 2.
Section in red, Mr. Henderson owns?
Yes,
Okay, he
Yep.
owns the red.
both of those parcels plus the one other where his home is as well. The access to the sites I have down at the bottom there is coming off of County Road 5 and crosses Duane Drive and enters the property on Outlot A, which is the larger parcel there where the arrow kind of crosses. So that'll come up later when we talk about access and impacts to that public road. So just wanted to point that out now, and we'll talk about it some more. So this is a site plan provided by the petitioner. It shows existing grades in gray. The gray lines show the existing slopes and grade of the area. And then the light blue lines that are tighter along the edges there are the proposed final grades. So you can see how it would take it from being a more gradual slope to being relatively flat on top, and then a 3-to-1 slope on the berms on each side is what's being proposed. It also shows area for silt fence and a berm for erosion control measures to be included. Also on this map shows the access on Duane Drive in a lighter shade. So you can kind of see the area of Duane Drive that's being impacted by hauling. So lot 5, which is the triangular lot, the smaller triangular lot, is proposed to receive approximately 4,892 cubic yards, whereas Outlot A would be proposed to receive 5,634 cubic yards approximately, for that total of 10,526. Like I said, the pre-existing slope was around 10% about, and now they're going to relatively flat on top, but then the 33% or 3-to-1 slope on the new embankment. So some project details to go over. The reason for the fill is to make Outlot A and Lot 5 more easily buildable. They want to use a slab on grade construction type for Lot 5, and then a shed, a storage shed on Outlot A on the same on the location where the fill is going. So that's the reason stated for receiving fill and changing the grades. Dunn Blacktop Company is the hauler or the contractor. They're contracting with MnDOT on the eastbound on-ramp to I-90 that they're redoing. And they had, part of their contract was to remove a certain amount of fill. And so that's why they're looking for places to place it. And this opportunity came up for the petitioner. I first heard about this in March, that the petitioner approached the county and of course, it was, they wanted to get going right away. There was a time frame that they had to have the project done by, and we're looking for material to be moved. And the county worked with them to get a grading and filling permit for up to 1,000 cubic yards of material, while they at the same time started working on their application for the conditional use permit. I will say that the time frame is a little bit off because they had to be hauling. They were hauling back in April, and then they resumed like the middle of May or so, because the contract with MnDOT was to have the project largely completed by about like mid-June, so about now. So that's been going on kind of simultaneously as they've been moving through this CUP process. They do have some erosion control practices identified, including the installing those downslope berms to catch water from leaving the site. Erosion control logs and matting is anticipated for final erosion control, especially around where the culvert is located. And then some silt fence, and then seeding and mulching at the end of the project. Those berms were made out of topsoil that was pulled off of the site, and so that was retained, and they plan on spreading that on top after the project is done to help and aid with reseeding. And then I wanted to mention, well, number one, that they have been using a water truck to help control dust. And Dunn Blacktop Company also, it's important, ahead of time approached the township about fixing the portion of Duane Drive, the township road that was destroyed. It doesn't have the structural, the structure to handle the hauling, the base to handle that. So the blacktop broke up pretty quick after the truck started hauling on it, and it is their intention to fix that. I don't have a lot of details on that piece, but I think we can talk about it more later. And there is a condition also attached to that effect that they fix that. The plan was reviewed by the SWCD, and I visited the site with them on the 28th of May. They reviewed it, and there should be in your packet a report from Soil and Water with comments that was passed along to the property owner and the contractor. Comments were provided. I guess the overall gist of those there were some comments for suggestions, but overall they thought that the project and the site was being managed well. So that was good to hear at that time. The petition is for an interim use permit since it's a temporary use, the hauling and the placement of fill. Once that is complete and they've got the site buttoned up, final grades, seeding, everything else, then the interim use permit will expire and end. Next slide. I do have some photos to give you an idea of what the site looks like. On the left is what the site looked like on our May 28th site visit. And then on the right is just earlier this week, I visited the site to see what it looked like and took some more photos. And it looked like they had, if not finished hauling, they're looking like they're pretty close to hauling material. This is from just east of the of lot 5, looking back to the west on both pictures along Duane Drive there. Next slide. So this is looking north from Duane Drive. On the left is that May 28th site visit. You can see where they're at. The houses in the in the background there are off of Traven Court, the other road in the subdivision. And you can see the stake there is the property line in both pictures.
That's not the property line, that's actually where they're gonna go up to the property line.
Is another 20 feet or so over, that's right. So that was marked to mark the extent of disturbing the property, but there is another 20 feet or more that Mark can kind of comment on later, but of that parcel that's undisturbed. Okay, this is from the May 28th site visit and shows the one of the berms that was put in place to help control material with all the rains happening. And I think it did a decent job, it looked like, to that effect. There's another one over on Outlot A along the lower portion of that area as well. And here is the last photo, I believe, looking to the north from County Road 5. You can see the nice County Road 5 pavement in the foreground there. And then the Duane Drive where it's been disturbed and broken up. It looks like maybe they even came in and put in some gravel temporarily over that portion of the road. It should also be noted that you can see the access there. That's where all the trucks went into. So they all entered out Lot A and then moved across to Lot 5 along the lower portion of the parcel to minimize the impact to Duane Drive and, minimize the amount of road that they'll have to replace. Petitioner did approach the township and completed the township acknowledgement form, and the township reviewed it on May 14th at their meeting and indicated support on the form. Next slide. There are four, as stated earlier, the staff analysis is for an interim use permit instead of a conditional use permit in this case. And there are 4 conditions for consideration in the staff report and included with the findings of fact. With that, any questions for me before we hear from the petitioner?
That whole that whole valley, how big of an acreage is that? That red.
Oh, the Outlot A.
Pardon me?
About
6 acres.
Sounds right. It should be noted also that that parcel Outlot A has been Outlot A is actually larger. Pieces of Outlot A have been split off and absorbed into neighboring parcels. So you can see those narrow parcels that border it. Those are all part of Outlot A that have been split off and then added to land of those adjacent property owners. So there's been a bit of parcelization over the years. Yeah, and I think people just wanted a little bit more space on their lots there. Maybe septic systems as they went in, they wanted a little bit more space to install something. And they were able to add pieces of that to their holdings in order to accommodate that.
Septic, water.
Exactly, yeah. There's no community services or of any kind. Yeah, it's all on-site well and septic on each site. So in looking at at this property, if they're going to build a new home, they are going to have to show that they can accommodate a septic system. I would imagine, I think that's either going to be tried to be put in on the side lot there area that wasn't disturbed, or they could, potentially look at another part of Outlot A that hasn't been disturbed by this project. But they'll have to find a undisturbed area for a type 1 septic system to serve it.
I'm having trouble finding township form.
So when I look online.
Page 34.
Yep. 34 and 35. Towards the very back. Yeah, and yeah, it is indicated as supports, so.
So with the one individual at the current time owning both properties, can they use any kind of community well or community, joint septic system? With the two parcels, being that they own that whole little parcel?
Do you mean that could they use both parcels to accommodate that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they could.
Because it does say you can't put a septic on,
Right, right, yep.
and a well could be shared.
Mhm.
You have to have a well.
Yep, and it could be, I guess that could be on the other property. I would imagine that that would go, probably in front of a home, or, it would be a 50-foot setback between a new septic system and a coated, a new well.
And just one other thing, how, should know, but I don't, how far down the valley is the closest trout stream?
I looked at that when I was reviewing it. Yeah, I mean, it winds around quite a ways. I guess I'd have to look it up. My memory isn't serving me.
Because you put in some very large culverts and everything, we did change the direction of the water. From where
Well,
it's still going downhill, but I mean, yeah.
it all ends up, so there is you can see in the picture, actually, there's a drainage way. It's in the kind of the dark line there. They put in a culvert to pull the water from above, from like County Road 5 and down. And so that'll all end up in the same place. Anything coming off of these two lots also drains to that same drainage way.
That's
And
just that, but it's
yeah.
not.
Yeah, and the one thing that it does change is it looks like probably a very small amount will drain off of the site to the west and then around and back over.
Well,
to
interestingly
that
enough,
site.
Zinke's new culvert on their property under County Road 5 that also is going that way. I think there was, that was just the replacement. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
There was culvert work done on Zinke's, which is across on 5, but where it says, up close to where site access.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Starting to funnel a lot of water down into that area.
Yep. And I noticed like the upper portion between County Road 5 and the site was this with the rains that we've had was eroding a bit as well. And that's mainly on Dwayne Drive road right away. So.
Any other questions for Lou? Thank you, Lou.
Thanks.
Now, does the petitioner wish to come forward, state your name and address and give us your perspective?
Sure. I'm Mark Henderson. My address is 42185 Travancore. I purchased this property in January and the opportunity come to get the fill, so I had to kind of act fast, and it's all been learning curve for me. So I've been talking to Lou many times since January, and I just want to get it filled and make it buildable. Now I do it the right way, do what I got to do. I don't know what else I need to do from here, but I'm willing to do what I got to do.
Anyone have any questions? Marcia?
I do have a question. Soil and water on page, what's that? They recommended you're going, you're filling it up, but it's pretty sloped on I call the backside. So they did say here in number 3, ensure the slopes of the finished grade do not exceed 3:1. If slopes are exceeded, hammering such a retaining wall or other practices may be necessary to stabilize the site. So will those slopes be more than 3:1? I saw on one of the things, what, 33%?
What I have planned is when they're done there, I have a contractor coming in and we can make the slopes what they need to do. If I need to cut some of that out, move it around, make the slope what it's gotta be, we can do that.
It's, yeah, 3 to 1 is pretty steep.
What do we need to see? Or what do we want?
So they didn't put a recommendation in here, but they're just saying do not exceed 3 to 1. Lou, do you know?
I can talk a little bit to that. Usually the maximum slope that they want to see, is 3 to 1 because that's the, you can get it stabilized with vegetation.
Okay.
You can mow it. It's steep, but you can mow it. 4 to 1 is definitely more manageable. But 3 to 1 is the maximum. That's why they say if it's going to go more than 3 to 1, that's really not something that they foresee being able to be stable. And then, so you need something to like riprap or retention wall in order to stabilize that slope. So that's the plan is to stay flatter or at 3 to 1 or flatter.
The only, it's okay with you because it's your land, but if you were building next to your neighbors, it would be a big problem because you might be discharging a lot of stuff on
Right.
your property, but you own that whole chunk, so don't sell any more off or you might be in trouble.
I'll plan on it.
No, it's just, Lou, go ahead.
How far are you raising the lot up?
What's that?
How much, Bill, how many feet going up higher?
Well, I don't know if I could answer that. Could you? Lot in the
10 feet,
backside.
10 feet, 12 feet, 20?
Oh, I'd say 10 feet for sure in the back.
That red part drops down
Yeah.
pretty fast, I mean, so he's not impeding any of the neighbors because it does drop off quite a bit.
You know, that is a lot yet there with a well access to it. But, you know, it was sloped pretty good. It'd be hard to build a house there without bringing fill in.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to get it so it's ready and
Try to build it,
do that.
right, yeah.
So, this is Steve Holm. The petitioner have any concerns about the fact that you can't, put septic systems in that fill area?
No, I believe we got enough room. Lou mentioned 20 feet. I think it's more than that from my neighbor. And I'm thinking that'll be a good area for the septic system. If not, I believe I can put it on the other part, can I?
That answer your
Not-
question, Steve?
Yeah, I just wanted to, make sure that that was something that he was aware of.
Yes, I am.
Um,
Reason I stayed away from the line so far.
There are 4 conditions, and the third condition says the hauler, Dunn Blacktop Company, will repair any damage to the New Hartford Township Road, Duane Drive, incurred during the duration. Which is okay, but we need to hold you responsible as.
I need to make sure it's done.
You, right.
I'm the
I
landowner.
have no authority.
We don't have
over-
anything in writing.
Yeah, done Blacktop, and I did talk to the township, and I'm a member of the town, I live in the township.
Yep.
I don't wanna have to pay for a road.
Yeah.
That I won't use, so
Right.
we need to change that you, the applicant, and then if you have a contract that's done, that's fine. But I need to put your name, I feel I need to put your name in that condition, not done Blacktop. And then again, the township did acknowledge that they have been told that it would be done, but they would like
Right.
something in writing also. So
Well, I'll contact Dunn and see if I can get something like that, but I understand what you're saying. I have a question about the road is, you know, I think a lot of people don't believe that road was done right in the beginning, so, yeah, so when you say fix the road to what it was?
Well, they're saying the original, I mean, so
Yep.
it needs to be paid, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll be paid. But I just want to be clear that everybody knows it wasn't done right, so I just want to make sure that repairing it to what it was is acceptable.
That you need to work with the township, but yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard complaints over that, but
Okay.
that's nothing that I did.
Yeah, I know. I know what happened, but
Yeah.
I don't need to say.
That's more basic.
It just was a cow path that was paved, but it needs to get paved. again.
All right, any other questions for the petitioner?
Just one more, Steve Holm again. The sinkhole probability is very high. Does that factor into any of this?
I guess I don't understand the sinkhole. Can you explain that to me a little more?
Uh, well, apparently when they went through the, checking for, mm, the area and that, they said that there's a high probability of sinkholes in that area. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. If maybe somebody else there could explain more of what that means.
26,
Page 26.
yeah, the soil and water report. Amanda commented there's 17 sinkholes within a mile. That's the 1940 geological lab.
Oh, 17.
Yeah, I'm not sure that this would factor into it at all, but it's just interesting that they found that there's a large number of sinkholes in the area, and this is a fairly uh, uh, populous area.
I guess I wasn't aware of it, but
No, me neither. Wisconsin is a great big sinkhole. What are you worried about, Steve?
Oh, I'm not really worried about it. I'm just pointing out that they said that it's a high probability of sinkholes in the area, and I was just curious if that was a concern.
Thank you.
Steve, typically the sinkhole density will follow drainage paths. So when you get the rolling topography where water consistently flows, you're going to see higher densities of sinkholes because they do follow where infiltration is occurring.
Okay. Answered my questions. Thank you.
Any other questions by anybody? Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Motion to open the public hearing.
Okay, Louis, Lou,
Just real quick, I'm sorry, I didn't mention this before, but I wanted to bring up that we did get some public comment just recently. And we placed that on your desk. I also received an email from an additional person today expressing support. And so this was submitted by the applicant, but it's signed by a number of neighbors in the area, all expressing their support. So I just wanted to enter that into the record and draw your attention to that, which came in today. So.
all right, Lou has moved to open the public hearing. Marcia will second it. All right, we gotta go roll call again. Lou,
Yep.
Marcia?
Yes.
Yes. Dwayne, or Everett, yes. Steve?
Yes.
Okay, so the public hearing is now open on whatever the thing is for dash 6-18-2601. Anyone wishing to speak to this petition, stand up, come to the podium, state your name and address, and say what you have to say. And now, we don't have anybody from the audience online, do we, Dicey? Okay. Well, I don't see too many people. For the second time, is there anyone wishing to speak to this petition? I gotta do it 3 times, Steve, or 4?
3.
Okay, for the third and final time, anyone wishing to speak to this petition, please step forward and say what you have to say. Well, Louis, now do you move to close it?
Correct. Yes, I
Uh,
move that.
I'll second.
Dwayne will second it. Louis moved for it. All those in favor of closing the public hearing, say, whoops.
Yep.
Steve, I'll start with you this time.
Aye. Yes.
Aye.
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 Okay, the motion to
Aye.
public hearing is unanimous and it's accepted. I guess now it's up to us, including Steve. Any discussion? All right,
This appears to be what used to be basically wasteland. We're looking for places to build houses, so I think this is kind of the perfect spot. I understand there was a time commitment here, but Sun Blacktop knew this before now, that they were moving dirt. Their previous contract was signed a long time ago. Therefore, I'm in favor of passing this, but with conditions changed from Dunn Blacktop to the applicant's name, that he is responsible for all damage to township and county roads and neighboring properties if any of this water happens to wash out the backside of their lawn. And due to past precedents, I feel the permit fee should be doubled or after the fact.
any other discussion?
Well, I totally agree with and I think the applicant understands, we can't deal with Dunn Blacktop. And, what is the current fee that was, I mean, timing was everything, but like Everett said, Dunn Blacktop knew that they needed to do something with this dirt.
Steve had reviewed that recently, and the indication is that doubling is part of the current county fee schedule. So it's technically not anything that the planning commission needs to decide. It just administratively, technically, it does apply. Now, we need to clarify that due to some past practices, and that's what we were going to do later this year for the 2027 operating year.
Saying that he's paying the current.
Technically, it's in effect. So we've gotten some clarifications.
But we don't have to worry about
Correct.
it. Okay. Thanks, Russ.
Well, and I agree with Everett. It's kind of a place that maybe houses should be built and, going downtown Nodine's getting pretty crowded. You know, we got a stop sign there. I just don't want to see a stoplight go up someday.
May I ask a question?
Sure. Yeah, we'll allow it.
Mentioned the road there. If I'm going up the road, I just want to clarify, the Wayne Drive there, not other road.
No. And 5, actually, the county is redoing 5 through that part of downtown Nodine this summer as part of a. plan.
Road is as part of Wayne Drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Well, as far as doubling the fee, I don't know. I know the argument about coming after hooking the horse up after the cart after the fact, going out the door and all that. But this is some situation that had to get done in a timely manner. That might be relate back to done. Because when the opportunity comes to get the dirt, you gotta take it when the dirt's available. And, Rush, I don't think you should be penalizing for taking dirt to help a road project out.
well, my only comment is,
I
last,
understand Matthews will make it, yes.
It's
uh,
already on the books.
last year when they fixed 14, that permit was not okayed, so that person or that contractor had to haul the fill before the permit was approved down to the quarry on 43. Now, that wasn't a big problem, but because they could haul gravel back. And I realize this has already been moved, but I still am in favor of doubling the permit fee.
My understanding.
We don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
The administration is taking
Discuss the
care of
other conditions.
I think it was a target of opportunity to get. the
Well,
job.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And if you turn around, our meetings are a little bit later and to do it. I think there should be a little bit leeway in situation. When a gift horse comes along, you shouldn't be looking at his mouth, and I think you should have every right to take it without having to have additional fee. But I do agree, Matthews knew it was coming. They could have put their horse in line a little bit better.
And I am researching what that on-ramp at I-90 by the creek costs all of us. I think it was I stopped and talked to an engineer today.
Well, you gotta see the boondoggles going up at Marion.
Oh, yeah, that's another project.
Ross?
But anyway, that's beyond.
And
our-
that's beyond this meeting.
Just with some additional clarity, if you wanted to make a recommendation to the county board, I do have the authority under the ordinance to waive the fee or adjust the penalty fee, but I would defer to the board's input on that. If you would like me to waive that. So that would be for the county board.
I think we'd be setting a bad precedence by saying, okay, this one's okay, but this one isn't. It's just going to be difficult to justify later on why we didn't, why it wasn't done in this situation when we were asking to do it in another situation. So,
All right, is there any further discussion on this petition? Seeing none, so somebody,
I would move approval of it with the finding of fact and condition.
All right.
As
Change
been modified.
all right, is there a second? Whoops, hold it just a second.
Sure. I just want to confirm the language that we're changing. So I've revised it to say the owners of the property shall repair any damage to the New Hartford Township Road, Dwayne Drive, incurred during the duration of this project and return the road to its condition prior to the start of the project or better. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you.
No, that's condition 3?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so now I think everybody's got their mind made up. Okay, so the motion has been made and seconded. Let's start with you, Lou. You approve or
Yes.
Marcia?
Yes.
Yes. Everett, Steve?
yes.
Okay, the motion has been unanimously approved. Your next meeting will be with the county board on July 14th at 9 a.m. And we're just a fact-finding group. They get the final say.
Where is that?
This room, yeah.
Yeah, it's right here.
And for normal, if you want to call it normal, it would go under a consent business unless somebody decides to pull it for more clarification, which is rare. So it's good to show up, but it might be like a 5-minute.
Anything or anybody with you?
No, not usually, unless you hear from somebody that they're questioning. This letter of support speaks loudly, your neighbors and everything. If this was all, no, we don't like it, then you might worry. But county boards are totally unpredictable. I have to clarify that.
All right.
Well, I would like to add one discussion on this when it's a situation like he had a chance to get some fill. Now, he went and did probably everything to permits to get it, but we did not act that fast. Here, we only meet once a month. So maybe instead of trying to double the permit, he should have some authority within the zoning and planning committee to get the approval to do it front up when this bargain came. I mean, I mean, there are places, yes, but he has been there. That's why I'm arguing not to sit there and double on the poor man sitting there when he got a gift horse. I mean, there's other situations that come from this board that these people blatantly didn't. They did it first and then asked later. Now that's a situation. This isn't exactly a blatant, it's a target of opportunity, and you either took it that day or that time, or you don't get it.
Well, it's in the fee schedule, so the county board, if you want to bring it to, have staff bring it to the county board, I can bring it up.
But that is something to be brought difference in plain. People blatantly violate it. That's one thing. This isn't that situation. This is something where the man got offered a gift horse and he had an opportunity, a place to do it, and he took it. I don't know why, because he could take it, he'd have to pay more money for it to happen. Now, if they're sitting there planning it for years, he's gonna build a house and that, and he put everything in there and sit and had the house up, then came here, that would be a little different situation. But this isn't the situation we're dealing with.
Well, I
Well,
agree.
Plus, they followed code, followed the code and the slopes and stuff, you know, wasn't where they did something wrong too, besides.
I mean, everything was followed here, but there was no intent to evade.
Okay, is there any other business before this commission?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like, maybe have Dicey poll, possibly moving this meeting up to 6 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Staff is waiting around considerably longer. We've moved a lot of our meetings up to, a little earlier. I maybe do a poll of the committee and see if people are interested in moving it up to 6 o'clock. And I don't know if that works for staff or not. I know you're kind of hanging around for that extra hour. In the dead of winter, it's hard to come in. It's hard to come in at 7 o'clock at night in the dead of winter. Tonight, it's fine to drive in, but just maybe Dicey could, or staff could poll and see if we might want to change the time of our meeting.
No,
We need a motion to change the time.
Well, I'm
We
not
can't
asking
do
to
it
change
till-
but I want to,
we can't do it tonight, right, Steve?
Right, I think if Dicey maybe just gets a sense of the board that you discussed in the next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
total board. At one time, we had some board members that worked out of town and it wouldn't have worked.
Yes, I know, I
Yeah.
said it that
Yeah.
time.
But I just think it might be better use of our staff time and our residents' time. It was based on everybody's milking cows. Well,
Yep.
nobody milks cows anymore,
Okay.
unfortunately. Or not enough people. milk cows, I should say.
Really, yes.
Okay, so if Dicey could just poll the group, we can discuss next, put it on the agenda for next meeting, please.
All right,
Thank you.
is there any other discussion on anything?
Motion to it.
Louis moves to adjourn. Dwayne seconds it. Thank you for your cooperation.
All right.
All those in favor?
Oh,
Roll call.
all of those in favor. We got to do roll call there too?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Aye.
because you got to keep it online.
Aye for all the rest of us.
Aye.
Okay.
Unanimous.
Okay.
Aye, Mike Miller.
We're going home. All right.